received my NeuroSim device today. I haven't opened it yet, but I thought I'd answer some of my video testimonial questions first. So, first question is, explain the condition and issues I've been dealing with. Honestly, it's high stress, like very high levels of stress, and probably like anxious thoughts, and high cortisol levels, all of the above. I think I feel like I'm in fight or flight mode a lot of the time, probably the majority of my waking time. And I feel like I'm almost more sensitive to events. Like I'm triggered, like my stress response is triggered much more easily, or it feels like I'm in it all the time. Just everything that happens is threatening. So high levels of stress, high levels of cortisol. It also interrupts my sleep. So I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'll just be already like kind of overwhelmed and thinking these anxious thoughts. Those are the main symptoms. And yeah, I guess that summarizes the impact it has on my life as well. And share what I've tried so far. So I do meditation every day, 15 to 20 minutes. I've been doing that for like a year or two. And I also do yoga. So yoga, I started a few months ago and I try and go once, sometimes twice a week. And the yoga does help. It is like grounding. And the meditation also does help put things into perspective, but it doesn't really last very long. So it might last like 20 minutes. I'm like, okay, like I have perspective. Like this isn't a big deal. This is calm. Like I'm calm. And then I'll get like sucked straight back into things and everything will be a huge deal. So that's what I've tried in the past. How did I discover NeuroSim? I actually discovered Pulsetto first. I went to a health optimization summit here in London and they had a stand and I could try a device and they were also selling them, but I didn't buy it on the day. Instead, I went home and did a bit of research. And that's how I came across NeuroSim. It's like the two big ones are Pulsetto and NeuroSim. And I did some research, looked at Reddit, asked ChatGPT which was better, which had more scientific, like clinical evidence, and NeuroSim came out on top. So that's how I discovered NeuroSim. And the questions I had were probably around like what's actual like clinical evidence. So I was really interested when I saw like studies, okay, this reduction in cortisol, this reduction in anxiety, like reported anxiety. So those were the questions I had, like, is it actually, like, does it work? Is there evidence for it? And yeah, what research did I do? That probably involved looking at the website, looking at those statistics, looking at Reddit, looking at asking ChatGPT. What ultimately convinced me to give it a try, I guess it was those statistics, the actual improvements, and it was both in self-reported, because I think anxiety is like self-reported, but things like cortisol reduction, that's an actual blood marker. That's absolute proof or evidence. So yeah, that convinced me, and it almost feels like it's like this wasn't a thing a few years ago, but it's now like vagus nerve stimulation is like almost becoming the next big thing, the next frontier. And yeah, so it feels like it's clinically backed. It's going to help me with a lot of the things, hopefully, that I want it to help me with.